In a report from Google, as at January 2017, 300 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute, and almost 5 billion videos are watched on YouTube every single day. While by 2025, research experts believe that half of viewers under the age of 32 will not subscribe to a pay TV service. Europe, Middle East and Africa YouTube executive Susan Agliata, in her first visit to Africa, joins us to discuss the impacts and effects of video content creation online.
How would you say YouTube has evolved over the years?
It has grown enormously in terms of watch time, in terms of the different types of content now on the platform, and in terms of our creators who have grown over the years and are producing enormously authentic and engaging content around the world.
What do you think has helped that growth?
I think that as our technology has improved, more people are watching video and more people want choice when they are deciding what to watch. We no longer live in a world where you have to watch what is available on your television set. We live in a world where you can choose to watch food content or sports content or beauty content any time of day, wherever you want to.
How do you think brands should be using YouTube?
So I think YouTube presents an enormous opportunity for brands. And I truly do believe that brands have an opportunity to help grow the ecosystem and to create authentic and relevant content for their audience, while also providing value to grow their own businesses.
We've seen the platform used by individuals to create a personal brand. So if you would advise someone today, what would you say?
For a personal brand?
Yes.
Well, I would say first and foremost, you have to be consistent. You have to produce content on a regular basis, and you have to be authentic. So users today, because there's so much choice, they want that authenticity that an individual can provide. They can detect when something is not authentic very quickly, and they only really react when someone is being true, when someone is communicating in an authentic way. And in return, those fans love the creators that they are subscribed to. They love the content that they're seeing uploaded on a regular basis. And the fan bases for many of these creators have grown enormously in the past years, and certainly over the last 5 or 6 years, it is just enormous.
So what's your strategy for a continent like Africa where data is pretty much expensive?
So we realize that this is a challenge for some of our users. So we've taken a multi-tiered approach where we're partnering with universities, we're partnering with telcos in order to reduce the cost and make that content more accessible to as many people as possible.
What are some of the ways you're supporting your content creators?
We have a program called the YouTube Spaces, which is a global program that provides actual production resources to creators around the world. We now have YouTube Spaces in 9 different cities, and we plan to launch more in the future. We also provide a wealth of online resources. So an emerging creator or a top creator can go to the YouTube site, the Creator Academy, and find out actionable tips and strategies to begin uploading content, to monetize their content, and to grow their audience.
Generally, Susan, give us an idea how people make money from YouTube.
So we want as many creators as possible to benefit from the monetization that YouTube offers. So we try to provide as many accessible tools for them to do that. Anyone can monetize on the platform. They simply need to connect it with an AdSense account and begin uploading content.
Tell us a bit about YouTube Live and how brands and people are using that.
So we've seen Live grow enormously over the past year, and Live can be a great tool for brands and users to broadcast, whether that's big moments or small life moments. We've seen many brands begin to leverage this technology. For example, we live streamed Coachella, the big music festival in the US. That was a sponsored event. We just live streamed with BT, major football event. So we're starting to see this gain traction, And we're starting to see more brands really interested in taking advantage of the momentum of live.
But would you say YouTube is ready for competition? Because Facebook Live is also giving YouTube a run for their money.
So YouTube Live has existed for quite a long time, and we're very confident that our product provides the best user experience in terms of that live engagement.
Okay, Susan, share with us some of the creative ways you think content creators can get on with creating their videos.
Yeah, so the world of digital video is very different than traditional broadcast. So you have to think differently about the type of creative you're producing. You absolutely have to think about the first 5 seconds and engaging your audience. You have to think about new ways of storytelling in a world where users have so much choice. And you also need to think about creating an ecosystem of content versus just 1 or 2 videos.
But what are the type of contents that you think are the most popular on YouTube worldwide?
So that's a very good question. It really depends on the location. Of course, music is enormously popular, comedy and how-to. It depends on what specific market you're looking at. We do see that content has to be relevant to the audience, no matter what it is.
If I have to start creating content today, what sort of gears do I need? Do I have to invest in certain kind of gears, or how do I start?
So the beauty of YouTube is that you can start with the basics, or you can have very high quality production equipment. Everything and anything works on YouTube. So we've seen some top creators posting content shot with their phones. We've seen certainly our largest broadcasters using professional studios to shoot content. There is no formula for what works and what doesn't work. It just has to be authentic and engaging, and it has to be relevant.
But do you need certain kind of skills, say editing skills? Is it important? You have that?
Well, certainly you should have some basic knowledge of video editing. You can certainly partner with organizations that can provide some of those skills. We also provide on our Creator Academy tips and tricks for editing, for how to upload and optimize that content. So the first place to start would absolutely be our online resources. We have hundreds of hours of videos that explain every single aspect of YouTube and also editing and creative best practices.
Tell us a bit about 360 videos, how they work.
Well, 360 is a new way to experience YouTube. So right now, everything on YouTube is actually available to watch in 360. And we've seen huge success with Cardboard, for example, which launched several years ago. Very inexpensive piece of equipment that you can use to instantly watch anything in 360. We just launched our Daydream project, which is very exciting. And we really do look at 360 and VR as the next evolution of the video viewing experience.
So if I create the content in regular format, YouTube converts it to 360?
You can view it in 360. Of course, if you're serious about creating 360 content, you'll want to use all of the right equipment to really create that immersive experience. And it requires a different set of skills to do that. The way you tell stories in 360 is very different than linear video. So we've seen creators like Casey Neistat, for example, and brands like Nike do a very good job of leveraging the technology, the video technology, to tell that story in a very different way.
Thank you for being on Tech Trends today.
Thank you very much.
It's a wrap on this edition of the show, but the conversation continues online, so please follow us on social media. Remember, you can watch the entire show on the Channels TV YouTube account or via my blog cfatech.ng. For Tech Trends, I am Chukwemeka Agbata.